Hi people. Hello. Hi there. Welcome. You still watching me? Alright, welcome to some episode. So sorry I missed almost at 2 weeks and didn't get a video on last week. A big reason is because this is probably one of the hardest things for me to talk about. And I'm still having a hard time letting it out. Still eating my Swedish pancakes. Enjoy it with some Hidden Star hard cider. This world is a dark and scary place, and a lot of horrible things can happen in it. So most of my life I worked with kids. At this one facility I worked at, this 1-year-old who came in, and he was just saying mommy, mommy, mommy over and over. And for some reason the social worker had to step out and the intake specialist was out, so it was just me working with this 1-year-old as he is just trying to clamor at the door, just saying mommy, mommy, mommy over and over. And his mom had overdosed on drugs and was gone, so I was never gonna see this kid again. So you used to have this kid yelling mommy, 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 mommy. I saw, there's this little girl and she was 2 years old, and her face was completely disfigured, and like part of it just bulging out and just black and blue all over her whole face, from her stepdad throwing her into the wall multiple times and just beating this girl to a little pulp because she wasn't his. There's these other babies who were raped by their dads. Got to meet these two kids that their dad shot the mom in front of them and then shot himself in front of these kids. And so I got to work with them. There's one instance where in front of the kids the dad lit the mom on fire. And so then these kids came to the facility and they would talk about how their mom smelled like smoke. And then she was dying in the hospital, so it took a couple days for her to pass. But as she was dying, the kids just kept saying they want to go see their mom, and the doctors and the social worker wouldn't let the kids go see their mom because they don't want that to be the last memory of the mom for their kids. Then other kids who are raised in cages and would act like animals. I've walked in on a few times where girls have tried to hang themselves and gone in when they're actually unconscious and taking the rope off around their neck. Girls and boys cutting, and just lots of cutting. One instance when this youth, she hit an artery right in front of me and there's just blood squirting out all over and she's freaking out. What do I do? What do I do? Lots of depression, lots of just really lost kids, lots of drugs, parents using drugs, and just neglecting their children. Just so much pain and suffering. What was really hard for me was the day that I found out a girl that came in, she was raped a few houses up from the house that I grew up in. And this really hit home with me because it was near my home and it's really close, and this was my neighbor. This abuse, this pain, the suffering is all around us. It's everywhere. And for me, the hope that I have in helping them is is this hope that I find in Jesus that is really just to love and take care of these people and to love your neighbor. And when you see that suffering and you know about that suffering, I think everything in us, that's what we need to be fighting. That's what we need to be taking care of. Those are the people. We need to be taking care of these kids. We can't keep letting these kinds of things happen. Big thing about being a youth care worker is most people you talk to about it, they say, wow, that's really good for what you do. That's, good for you. That's something I could never do. That's what most people say. So let's just send all the people, the mental health, let's send all these kids, let's just go put them in these group homes and off on these campuses and let the system take care of them. That doesn't sit right with me. That's where I have a really hard time at church. I don't care about a lot of things that the church would call sin. I don't care about like homosexuality, transgender, outline abortions, cussing, the way you dress at church, the way you talk to people, these kids that have cut themselves and are trying to hang themselves and kill themselves. Why aren't we fighting that? Why aren't we fighting for drugs? Instead of caring about abortions, why aren't we getting to know our neighbors and loving them and hearing their stories and understanding where they're coming from? Letting them know that you love them and that if they do want to have the child, that you would be willing to take the child and care for it. Get to know your neighbors. Get to know the people around you. That's what Jesus taught us. Love them and get in their world. Make them happier. Do whatever you can for them. I don't care about drinking too much every once in a while. I do care about drugs and abusing others. I do care about just habitual drunkenness when it's destroying your families. But sometimes it makes life better. It makes you deal with those things. Some of my greatest times in that job, like what would get me through the day at work was going into the office. One of the staff, he loved making people laugh. That joke and laughter helps you get through the day. And then after work, you go to the bar with your friends who've been through all this together and you drink and it's fun and you can deal with this. With that pain. And I wish that I could tell you that, just believing in Jesus and all that takes care of the pain, but it doesn't. It's still there. And so it's nice to be able to have people to go through that with. And I just don't get it why that is not what, for me, I would want to see every sermon about that. It's probably good I'm not running a church. But I would want to see every sermon be about let's take care of these people. Let's fight the homeless. Not fight the homeless, but let's help feed them. Let's get them homes. Who cares if your money goes to them getting alcohol? If I was homeless, I would tell you I'd be buying alcohol and getting drunk, because who wants to live like that? Get to know them. Let's stop caring about these sins or sinners or non-Christians and Christians. Let's worry about these problems and loving these people and taking care of those people. Let's get together with the Muslims and the Jews and Hindus, whoever it is, whether they're Republicans or Democrats. Let's fight this. If you're calling yourself a follower of Jesus, let's take care of these issues. Let's fight them. Let's do it on a global level. Let's get to know your neighbors, get to ask questions, and be with those who are trying to take care of and love others. Let's make this world a better place, because it's Jesus' teachings that if we all live by it, this world would be awesome. If we all turn the other cheek, or we knew someone's takes our jacket that then we offer the rest of our clothes. If someone needs help for a mile and we go 5 miles with them, if we can all do that, this world would be awesome. And it's little things like that. Not judging, not caring about the stupid things that we all do. Little stupid things that we all do to get through life. Let's care about the big things. Let's care about the suffering and the pain. And this world is a dark place. And I think that we can bring God's kingdom here. And I think we can do that together. And that's what I want to see. And that's the movement that I want to see happen and what I'm fighting for. And I don't want these kids to suffer anymore. And I can't do it alone.